Okay, let's talk about inner peace for a sec. To be peaceful is a noble goal. It's aspirational. Inner peace is an aspirational goal. We all want, in some way, to have a peaceful life and a peaceful mind. But I believe even the Dalai Lama is not always at peace. Because, at least in some way, conflict is the spice of life, right? We are all here making decisions, choosing the path that we swim, the lane that we flow down, right? We are not simply walking around automatons, although some people are. If that's you, let's work on that. But all of us are consciously choosing at least some of the time, right? So inner peace is aspirational because it's something to be chosen. It's something that we have to seek, right? As we navigate conflict. Because all of us have our own model for reality that we're cycling through. And as upgraded as we can be, our model is intersecting with another model. Many models, millions of models. And that is reality. Reality is the negotiation of everyone's model, including the world, including all the animals in it, including everything. And so, if you want to think that we are all God's creatures, great. If you want to think that we are all people put on this earth for a reason, great. No matter what you think, you are negotiating with the entire world around you. I call that the extra conscious field. Okay, so it is not just the physical things in the world, but it is their representations and what they mean to you, right? So extra consciousness is this outside of just our conscious reality, a negotiation that happens between things. I like to liken it to language models. I like to think that the way language models relate tokens, little pieces of words together, and the grand scheme of knowledge, all human knowledge that's recorded on the internet essentially, and a little bit more curated whatnot. That idea that these little concepts of parts of words relates, I think also translates cosmologically, which is to say that the Acropolis back here, the Parthenon, all of that right now, that's in my extra conscious field. I am feeling 2,500 years of history right there. I am feeling something that I can feel. I can know to be true. Right now, does it make me do anything? No. But it is in my field now. It is in my general sense of being. I'm alone up here. Before I set up all this stuff, there was a woman out here reading. I was also reading. And we negotiated between us, without ever talking, just through our fields, what was going to happen. And I basically intimated, I am going to do something important here. Now this is arguably not that important. Me talking to a camera that eventually somebody on YouTube will see, not that important. Unless you're the person that needs to hear this exact message right now, in which case, I hope you enjoy it. I hope you take it to your heart. I hope you live it and love it and find your inner peace. Because inner peace is this idea, this aspirational idea, right? We are all kind of sitting on surfboards in the waves of the ether, in the waves of the universe, in the waves of the cosmic vibes, whatever you want to call it, the field, right? We're all in this giant soup. And we have to fight the waves. We have to understand the waves. We have to ride the waves. We have to figure out what it is. A lot of people just paddle, 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 paddle. And I don't know where they're going to go. They don't know where they're going to go. They're just, in their mind, they're like, I've got to keep paddling. I've got to stay afloat. I've got to keep paddling. I've got to stay afloat. Rather than seeking out the wave that will bring them to where they want to be, right? Now, pro surfers, they don't surf every wave. They vibe, they feel it out, and then they say, that's the wave, boom, you know? And maybe sometimes it's not the wave. Non-pro surfers either wait too long, miss the wave, or they're too eager and they go too early, right? We can't be either of those. We need to learn to find the wave. That is how we seek inner peace. That is what it's aspirational. Now, what do you actually do to control your model to find that? Right? You have to assess what that wave really means to you. So our models, they are made of our training data. So our past memories, the collection of them, how they weight themselves together, and the prompt that we tell ourselves about it. Those are all combined into our action on this wave, right? So we need to treat all of those as different parts of the wave. We need to understand there is a different way to do this. There's a clean way to do this. And we need to be intentional about what we do. Change your inputs, change your outputs, change your life. Be intentional. Go notice something and find your inner peace.